How do you design a ranked system for Warzone that is not giga campy? And I think they have accomplished that, because you can't play super campy and get a high rating with this system. It's a 100 SR entry fee at Crimson, and you only get 100 points for getting first place.
That's what I was thinking about watching this. So originally, you know, I had said I feel like the people on top of the leaderboards will be the slower paced players that go for wins. After seeing the system, that will not at all be the case.
Activision devs do not play their own game.
3,000 devs can't figure out how to add a reconnect feature to a AAA title, I guess. I don't know.
Because Infinity Ward doesn't tell their consumers anything.
Maybe that'll take some of the sweats away from Shoot House.
You can cope about that, for sure.
Thanks for tweeting, at least. Thanks for doing more than Infinity Ward has done. They just keep tweeting about the soccer bundles in the store.
Things that are bad. We got a couple words. Why don't you kick it off, Tanner?
This is going to be a longer section than the first part you guys heard.
Change it, obviously, of course. We are live once again, boys and girls. Welcome back to the Dropshot of Call of Duty podcast, episode number 323. My name is Casey, also known as Razinon, and today I am joined on this very special occasion by the fucking...
Really? Is that so?
No, it's not anymore, actually. I was going to say it's a special occasion, and
it's not.
I was going to say a genuine happy birthday. I was going to wish you for this day.
I don't think I want you to.
But I don't either, because you're wearing, once again, shorts and a sweatshirt.
Yeah, and it was pouring rain like 30 minutes ago.
Then put on sweats or take off the sweatshirt.
Don't wanna. I put these on already this morning. No, not gonna. My legs don't get cold, but yeah.
What are you doing for the birthday?
Fucking pants.
Any
Killing myself? I don't know.
Ending it all?
Nothing today. We're going out to dinner tomorrow night. That's about it so far.
Where to?
It's a place called Habana. It's like Cuban food, and I've been there. We've been there for a few times.
It's called Habana?
Habana.
It's not called Havana?
No, it's called Habana.
That's weird.
Habana, yeah.
Thanks. Yeah.
Good cocktails, good food. Yeah,
is that the letter that makes the buh sound?
That's
B?
What they say.
Okay,
yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah. I wonder if that means something in Spanish. Anyway, welcome to the show, the big 31. So keep in mind it's Tanner's birthday, so we do expect contributions of the cash variety. So keep that directly inside of your mind. And today, we've got quite an episode. We have a lot to talk about. Very exciting. We were expecting to get some news on Ranked Warzone, which is what all of the hubbub is about on the TL today. And we've gotten it. So the timing is expected and serendipitous, and we are very excited to get into it. Although the details, we'll see. We'll fucking see for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll get into it, but yeah, welcome to the show. That's something that's on the docket. We have a couple other things to get into as well. Yeah, this is so on Saturday, by the way, our last episode was actually Patreon gone public, bonus episode number 130. I wonder if this episode is numbered correctly.
It is. It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I looked yesterday.
And it was an analysis of COD killers. And it got some pretty good reception. A lot of views for us on YouTube anyway. Haven't checked the apps yet. And a lot of feedback as well. My favorite piece of feedback, shout out to this fucking moron, by the way, and I hope you're listening. And I hope you unsubscribe from this podcast, frankly. Commented on the YouTube video and said, all the RTS players cringed when you called Civ 6, when you said the RTS genre is dead. And I said, that's interesting, because I don't know what the fuck Civ 6 has to do with the RTS genre, because it's literally the opposite of an RTS. I said something much nicer than that as a reply. I said, it's a turn-based game. It's literally on turns. It's not at all real time. It's not even remotely fucking similar to StarCraft.
Yeah, imagine not knowing the difference. Holy shit, what an absolute idiot.
Well, it's fine not to know the difference. It's even fine to make that comment because they're both strategy games, I guess.
We've
Chess
had
is
worse
not an
comments,
RTS
yeah.
either, but chess and RTSs are about as similar as Civ and RTSs. But whatever. I said, okay, well, it's not. And then he said, well, then why did the developers call it an RTS? So now he's doubling down. So I'm like, am I fucking insane? So I Googled it like someone with a triple digit IQ might do, which is the average, by the way. And it's not an RTS, as I suspected. It's literally a turn-based strategy game. So then I said, well, the devs actually didn't call it an RTS. I just looked it up. It's a turn-based. It's literally the opposite. And then he, of course, didn't reply. So fuck you, kid. I'm gonna ban you on YouTube unless I get a reply to that comment in the next 5 days from now, from the 4th. So you have till the 9th to reply and say, I'm apologize for being a Muppet. That's what I want you to say.
Yeah, I'm trying to find his name here, if I can find it.
And if it's the only comment I replied to on that video, the full episode. And if you don't say, I'm sorry, I'm a Muppet, you're banned. See ya. I'm probably not going to actually ban you. To everyone else, I wouldn't ban someone for doubling down like this. But for him, I need you to believe I'm going to ban you.
Craze. Kreyz. Yeah, it's been 4 days. He's not responding.
Oh, he'll never respond.
Your comment does have 2 thumbs up, so maybe he just thumbs upped it. Gave that little thumb up sucker. Wow, still getting comments on that our hardcore players better than core video from fucking 2 years ago.
It's a nice little treat when I get a random noti for that video.
Because it's always the same 55-year-old man commenting, saying hardcore takes more skill and we're
something
dumb. Yeah,
like that. Yeah, for sure. So anyway.
Nothing wrong with being 55.
Yeah, I hope to be 55 myself someday. Someday soon, it turns out, as it will with Tanner, 31, by the way. Anyways, so hope you guys enjoyed that episode. We're live again now. It's public only. And if you did, once again, patreon.com/thedropshot. That's where the bonus episodes of that ilk happen, you know? So,
yeah.
Let's get into this program. Before we do, we got a couple of announcements. A lot of new patrons. Welcome to our new gold patrons. Kelly O. Leet Speak, change it. Giga, change it. It's not the year 10 anymore.
That's not a real female, by the way.
That's also a man, yeah, of course.
That is that is a MySpace era profile picture right now. That is not a female at all. You're just lying to us.
Yeah, it's like your sister or your, I don't know.
If you're actually a female, send a selfie to Raz. So that's the only way we can really be sure.
No, don't do that.
I didn't say, I just said a selfie. I'm not saying anything sexual.
Yeah, but that's weird. We don't, it's
Is
fine.
it? Okay.
You could be a male or female, or neither. I don't give a fuck. If you know what I do care? You need to be a patron, okay? We discriminate against non-patrons. We don't discriminate against women or men or anything else. So keep that in mind. And stop using leet speak and welcome. Also, Justin A. and Red Wolf also changed that. Welcome, our new gold patrons. Thank you very much. Boys, much appreciated. We also got a new
girl.
Probably not. Damascus upgrader. Kyle D. Editing, going to Damascus, baby. We take those. And we appreciate them. Kyle, welcome to the Damascus Lounge, dude, in Discord and other things. You get benefits and shit too.
The lounge.
Extra little eps.
Is it called the Damascus Lounge? We should change it to the Damascus Lounge instead of Damascus Chat. That sounds better.
Yeah, I like
the lounge.
It's luxurious.
The Damascus Lounge. Yeah, it is.
It's very luxurious.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should do that.
That's a great idea.
You can join the Damascus Lounge, Kyle. Thank you very much for the upgrade, brother. Also got some new platinum patrons getting that spicy discount. Iron Man Coop and Austin S. Boys, welcome. Very much appreciated. Iron Man. Austin, of course, upgraded to annual Damascus because he listened to one episode and said, oh, I got to save money, but I need the content or something. Something like that happened. Anyway,
smart
Austin,
guy.
Thanks. Yeah, real smart guy. And the smartest guy of them all, Jonathan. Just Jonathan. Wow. Spelled wrong,
Johnny.
But that's fine. Straight to annual Damascus. Absolutely go. John, Johnny Boy, welcome aboard, King. Very much appreciate that.
How do you think he should spell his name? You don't like that spelling?
With an H.
Really? I don't ever see it that way. This is the way more common way, I think. I don't know. I know some Jonathans, none of them use the H though. I feel like it looks weird with the H.
I think what happened to
Very
me
weird, actually.
is the first Jonathan I saw had the H, and then that just became the normal for me, even if it's not more common.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's probably what happened.
Yeah.
But what's my normal needs to be forced onto the world. So Jonathan, change your name for my sake. And thanks.
Yeah.
And welcome aboard, buddy. Very much appreciated. We also sent out a little, well, Tanner said, if you bought the Black Cell bundle for 30 United States dollars, you need to apologize to us in the form of 30 United States dollars.
I did say that. Yeah, that is a true statement.
That happened, and then I chuckled, and I was like, oh yeah, they should do that, but no one will, of course. And I was wrong. To my great...
You're wrong a lot, yeah.
Well, that's not true, and I'll edit that out. To my great surprise and amusement, actually, we got some penance, some tithes, some sales of indulgences is what happened here. For buying the Black Cell bundle. So we got a couple of donations. First one is no such case. This was five United States dollars, which is fine. And he says,
thanks,
guys, your stat is wrong. That 100 million figure of monthly active users is for all of Activision titles on all platforms. WoW, Overwatch, etc. So it's hard to tell how much COD user count has changed or not. So Blizzard was a separate one. It was Activision, Blizzard, and King. I don't know what the fuck King means. But Blizzard was its own thing, which includes both of your examples, WoW and Overwatch. So you kind of corrected us, but used two wrong examples. That's fine. But you are correct. Activision, I guess, does have other titles besides Warzone. So maybe we could have been more clear about that. But still... Do
they actually, though? Yeah.
The number of Activision titles this year versus last year is virtually the same, plus one because of the one new Activision title in the year, which is MW2. So the monthly active users on the same day of the year between that day and 12 months prior is completely reflective of Call of Duty. Because there's no doubt in my mind that COD is the most played game by Activision, whatever that means. So yeah, we probably should have said that, but I still think it's a fair assessment of the health of MW2 and Warzone 2 versus MW19 and Warzone 1.
I mean, for example, I went to BattleNet, I sorted by Activision games, and every game on there was Call of Duty except for Crash Bandicoot. So sure, there are other games besides COD. I don't think Crash Bandicoot, though, is taking up 30 million of those monthly users or anything. So those are the COD numbers when you see Activision. It's essentially the COD numbers.
Yeah, so that was from David N. So thank you for the $5, David. Much appreciated. I mean, you were sort of right, I guess, technically. But more importantly, you were correct in giving us money. So we appreciate that. For real, thank you for the dono. But yeah, there you go. Next is from IIAC. I don't know what that's supposed to... Oh, okay. No, here we go. We got a message. This is my tithe for purchasing Black Cell. I know I did a bad thing, but I couldn't resist the Valeria skins. Scuzzy. This is from Scuzzy. 30 United States dollars. He gave us the penance. He gave us the tithe. He actually did it. An absolute god.
Yeah,
Scuzzy,
that's a Scuzzy.
Scuzzy, your sins have been forgiven. I will allow each and every one of you to buy the Black Cell bundle if you also give us 30 United States dollars.
That's the deal.
As well.
That's how it works. It's fair, I think. I think Scuzzy did this during the pod.
I think one of them did. Yeah.
I think it was Scuzzy here. Yeah. So he must have been live listening and immediately regretted his Black Cell decision and sent us the $30.
Yeah.
So reminder, if you own the Black Cell bundle, you have to send us $30.
You owe us.
It's not a choice. You're sending us $30 if you own Black Cell.
You're in debt to us, and we will charge interest. So yes, that's true.
Thank you.
We got another $30 donation from Cody K, who says, "Yup, take my money. Bought Black Cell like an idiot. Immediately regretted it. I refuse to subscribe to any more monthly subscriptions, but will donate when you bitch enough. Quick question, how many dubs do you guys get on a typical night?" Cody, thank you very much for the dono. Very much appreciated. You've been forgiven by the universe and God. How many wins do we get on a typical night? I don't know what you're asking. I mean,
how many games of Warzone do we win?
Like, are you counting Ashika? We don't. First of all, we're 31 years old. I don't play at night anymore.
Yeah, don't say night. Yeah, let's not do that. Let's settle down there.
I'm asleep by 6. I'm not. But
6 a.m. Yeah.
Each sesh, I don't know, dude. It depends. Everything's too topsy-turvy now. So I don't have an answer for you.
My last 2 days of Ashika, I think I've won like 10 games probably. I've won a lot, quite a bit. I played a lot though.
Yeah.
Game's easy.
I'd say on Ashika, on a good day, we win like 40% of our games. On an average day, maybe 20, 25.
If we play Ashika for like 2.5, 3 hours, that's minimum of 3 wins, minimum.
Yeah.
But Moz, I don't know, 5 hours and 12 crashes, 4 rage quits, and 0 wins probably.
I actually think I don't know. I haven't played Moz in a long enough time, but I feel like we win a lot on Moz. We just don't have fun doing it.
That is true. Yeah, we do win, but you don't have fun until the very end, and then you get a few kills. And it's like, oh, that was a fun ending, but the rest of the game was boring as shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway. Next dono, also for $30, another Black Cell purchaser from Slumped Beef. An absolute god and king. No message attached on this one, but Slumped Beef, we very much appreciate the 30 United States dollars, and you are hereby forgiven for purchasing the Black Cell Operator Bundle. Very much appreciated, brother.
You're forgiven.
And last dono has a message attached. This is from Brendan G. "Keep it up. Best Call of Duty podcast." True. "Only good thing about this dog shit game." Also probably true. And this was not a $30 donation. This was much better. This was almost more than 3 times better. This was a fucking big C-note, 100 United States dollars.
Holy shit. Can I hit him with the sacks? He wanted the sacks.
Yeah, hit him with the fucking sacks, dude.
There we go, Brendan. Brendan donated during the last pod. I wasn't logged into PayPal. I couldn't check. He said he wanted the sacks. Brendan, thanks for the 100. Here's your sacks, buddy.
Here's your sacks, buddy. An absolute god and a king. Brendan, thank you very much, dude. Appreciate the kind words. And more than that, I appreciate the 100 United States dollars. Very kind of you. Very generous, for real. Much appreciated. Glad you're enjoying, buddy. And thank you very much for that very generous contribution. Now on to announcements. Not many. Really only one now. This Saturday, we're doing an episode. Not sure what we're doing episode yet. My idea is to do a little bit of a round table with some of the boys. Maybe a new face. I haven't thrown out any invites yet. But I got someone in mind. Tanner might as well. But we'll see. But yeah, the idea I had was to do a little bit of a round table talking about Ranked Warzone, especially now that we have more details on what that is going to look like. Because originally on Monday, we were talking about what we could do Saturday. And in the event that we had not gotten any news, we were thinking of asking former Warzone players what would get them to come play Ranked. Now we have some details, so now we can kind of get into that still. And additionally ask the question, based on what we know, based on the blog post, will this get you to come back and play Warzone? That's kind of the idea. That's what I would like to do on Saturday for our episode. But that's going to be contingent on how many people I guess we can get to show up, if any. So I think either way, that will probably be our topic.
It'll be about ranked. Even if it's just us two, we'll talk about ranked in some sort of way. Yeah.
Yeah. So we may have some guests. We may have a round table. We may have a triangle table if only one person wants to show up or something. We may have, I don't know, some other fucking shape. But it's going to be a polygon table for sure. And we're going to be talking about Ranked Warzone for Saturday.
Jake said he would come on only if you shaved your face, because he says, I refuse to be on a screen next to him with that on his face, were the exact words. So I do think it's about time. I also think you should trim it. You should bring the mustache back. That was a great looking face. Yeah, it looks real fucking ratty. You got to bring that back.
Yeah, I could.
Because right now you just look like a piece of shit, but with the stash you look like a creepy piece of shit. It hits different.
It's on purpose. Like this
exactly.
Is on
people,
yeah,
because people are like, holy shit, that's a miserable stash. And you just say, oh, I know. Yeah, I know. That's the point. Yeah, I think you got to bring that back.
I certainly could. I've thought about it a couple of times in the last 2 weeks, and then I'm like, nah. And then I just.
You have a face trimmer now, man.
I do. Yeah. From
by some company. Yeah.
Anyway, do we have any other announcements?
No.
All right. You're listening for the jingle. Here it is. Reminder, it's Tanner's birthday. Give us money. Now. Or don't, I guess. I don't know. We've gotten a good amount. We appreciate you guys. Don't forget that. You know? Times are tough, man. Gotta chill sometimes. Turning 31, dude. It's a monumental birthday. You know? That's what I always say. All right, welcome to the show, boys and girls. Welcome. Episode 323. So, first section here. Patch notes, changes already in effect. Got a couple little bits of housekeeping before we get into the exciting, potentially, Ranked Warzone topic and conversation. First here, there was a patch by Modern Warfare 2.
Their little patch. Let's take a peek.
There was an absolute little tiny fucking patch. I'm trying to see
if there were
any other ones.
No, it's just the May 1st, and it's just
So a very little minor patch here on May 1st. Added tracer preview to bundles. Woo! That's what we needed. And then a couple of bug fixes, none of which are...
The main thing was in Plunder, there were nameplates above player heads. So some people were like, oh, they're adding nameplates to Warzone. Wrong. It was just a bug, of course.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that was a big one. And then apparently I haven't played Plunder, but I guess red dots were maybe showing up when people were firing unsuppressed weapon. I saw some people tweeting that out. This does not say anything about that though, so I'm not sure if that was true or not, but yeah, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Sick update, man.
So, yeah, not much changed there. Not surprised that not much changed. The main thing I was waiting for, frankly, was Ranked Warzone details, which we have gotten, so whatever. It's fine. Next, we got a little tweet from Infinity Ward. DMZ's Building 21 is intended to be free to play for all of Warzone 2.0 players. We've been tracking an issue that placed components of this map in a multiplayer DLC pack, resulting in it being inaccessible for players who do not own MW2. This will be addressed in an upcoming update. So evidently, free-to-play players were not able to access Building 21 in DMZ, which is one of the restricted areas, even though ostensibly they should be allowed to. No one was really sure if this was intended or not. IDub has tweeted and said that is not intended, and they're going to fix it soon. So if you're a free-to-play DMZ player who can't get into Building 21, they're working on it.
Yeah, and this was because some guy tweeted out a screenshot and was like, cool, they made Building 21 MW2 exclusive, because Activision support told somebody in an email it was exclusive to MW2 owners. So people started to kind of freak out again, and so that is why IDub tweeted this and confirmed that was just a bug. Feature or bug, we'll never know. This
Yeah.
one we found out, thankfully.
This one they actually told us about. And maybe they're lying. It wouldn't surprise me if they made Building 21 or other restricted areas to owners only. It wouldn't nothing would surprise me now.
I mean, yeah, there's a new pay-to-win DMZ bundle in the store every other day with different items. Comes with a UAV every time you go into a game, a fucking tempered vest carrier, a million other things. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're definitely heading back the way of pay-to-win.
Yeah, I saw a tweet.
They're just testing it right now because DMZ is, doesn't get the most traction, so they can get away with it.
Yeah.
Imagine a Warzone bundle where you spawn in with a counter UAV at the start of every match.
Oh my god. I think I would stop doing the podcast.
Before I forget, hidden patch note Jake and I figured out yesterday. There were 5 UAVs, counter UAVs called on us. We had a UAV sweep. It showed red dots in every single one of the counter zones all over us.
Really?
So the counter UAVs weren't actually doing anything. I don't
So
know how common that is.
everything except countering the UAV.
They were, yeah, exactly.
That's great.
They were, yeah, it was great. Yep.
That's great.
So that's cool.
The only thing
Game's
that
perfect.
Infinity Ward could do at this point that would be a genuine surprise to me is release a patch with well thought out design changes, and the patch notes they release for it are thorough and complete. That's the only thing at this point that would actually surprise me about this fucking development company.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable how inept they are.
Yeah, there were a lot of weird things happening yesterday. Yeah. It's a shit game.
Just a miserable dev Fire Infinity Ward, man. Honestly.
Yeah.
So bad. Anyway, cool. So there's Building 21. Next we got some Season 3 Reloaded information. So this is a blog post. It is about Season 3 Reloaded. So we got a couple of details here. Looks like a fairly large little
Most
BP.
of it's dog shit or stuff they already told us, but yeah, there are a couple things in there.
Yeah, so we got a little preamble here. A new operator, don't care. Expect patch notes prior to the launch. Doesn't matter. We should stop covering patch notes, actually.
Yeah, we could.
But anyway, rated episode 3, doesn't matter, and I'm editing that out. I shouldn't have said it. A new Spec Ops mission. Alboran Hatchery 6v6 multiplayer map. A medium-sized core map experience set on a remote, windswept facility. Windswept implies it's stormy, which implies it's gray and rainy and dog shit, and I can't see. But we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Doubt it, though. If there's a decision that could be made and you can go like good or bad, they always go bad. So it's probably not that. It's probably not like well lit. It's probably awful. But
yeah.
Giant Infection and 3v3 Face Off are also coming. 3v3 Face Off could be fun, I guess. That was a cool mode in MW19. So anyway. Yeah. Some details on PvE that I am not covering on principle. Oh, that's right. Yeah, we did already know about this map. So we got a new screenshot of a map they already told us about in Season 3 that's not out yet. And it looks okay.
It looks pretty good. Looks like a basic
it could
design.
play pretty well.
It can't be terrible, I'll tell you that. And the visibility doesn't look bad. It's just kind of cloudy in this image. Right. It looks like the beaches on Ashika, essentially.
Yeah, visibility.
Not terrible.
For multiplayer, it's probably totally fine, actually.
Yeah, it looks like a decent multiplayer map.
I would just avoid these little, I don't know what these are, round things. I would avoid this area.
It's the hatch.
The hatchery.
The hatches, man.
Some fucking Jurassic Park dinosaurs going to come out.
Yeah, there's some fish down in those things for sure.
Yeah, they do be hatching some, what's the fish? What's it called? The common one?
A salmon, trout.
No,
salmon.
They like farm it.
Goldfish. No, I'm just kidding. Tilapia?
Yeah.
Is that farmed? I know tilapia's dog shit quality.
I think it is. I think tilapia is the one where they just like, I don't know.
I thought tilapia, they just like scrubbed the bottom of the ocean in Mexico somewhere and just like bring up a bunch of dead fish and then they cut them up.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's some type of fish that's very common that's like, it was like genetically engineered Like it's not like
wow,
a real
GMO fish, huh?
fit. Yeah, like actually, yeah.
They should put that in the patch notes. Let us know what kind of fish are in there.
Yeah, it's a good question. Anyway, Giant Infection and Face Off. Here's a Druid operator skin. That's cool. Thought this was a COD game. Let's see. What else do we have here? Warzone overview. So that's an interesting little screenshot. I like this skin. I don't like this one in particular, but I like the pattern. And if this was actually good colors, I think this would look really cool.
I feel like we've seen these screenshots before. These skins haven't been in the game though, right? Because I swear we've seen, maybe they showed them a long time ago when they first introduced Ranked, because these look familiar.
They don't look familiar to me, but maybe they did. I don't remember if they did.
I remember seeing some sort of camo pattern on a Ranked skin, I thought. Yeah, I don't know. Look dope though. Miserable color, you're right. Cool design.
Yeah, the pattern's cool, miserable colors. But anyway, there you go. Up your game with new features for Warzone. So we're getting perk packages, we're getting deployable buy stations, we're getting gulag entry kits. So okay, yeah, just like Tanner said. So we got the redeploy packs, now we're getting gulag entry kits. So this is the redeploy tokens and the extraction tokens.
Yeah.
So now we have both. Exactly as Tanner said. So that's not good, but okay. There will be a new DMZ experience, Kashi Complex, which is probably another restricted area. We hope you're not afraid of the dark, it says.
Oh, that sounds kind of cool. A little night DMZ with like night vision or something. That could be dope.
DMZ, I think that could be fun.
That would be awesome. Yeah, that'd be super cool. Not that I'll ever play DMZ again, but
yeah, DMZ. Yeah, that's a finished experiment. And then Warzone ranked play, of course. Push your skill to the limit. So we'll get into that.
That's cool, man.
So here we go. Oh, here's another look at a different color of, I think, the same pattern. Much better looking skin here. Still don't like the blue, but it's fine. Anyway.
I mean, not even close to the same pattern, right? Doesn't this have like a fucking dragon on it? Wasn't the other one like camouflage? Is it the same thing? Or maybe it's just a dark variant.
Go up and you'll see the claw on the guy on the top right. See the claw right behind his stock?
Oh, yeah, okay. All right, that's pretty neat. Okay, so they do have the two colors then. So yeah, all right.
So yeah, that's serviceable. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're getting perk packages. Discover preset perk packages in supply box and at buys. So they've already told us about that, as well as the deployable buy station field upgrade. Gulag entry kit. I don't know if they had said that actually in the season 3 patch notes.
Did. I think they had said that already.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, but anyway, they're just reiterating.
And on the perk packages, I'll say this here: Swag posted some video. I skimmed through it. He played Warzone ranked earlier. He was talking about how the perk packages work. You can find them around the map at some point. I don't think that's going to be in right away. You can buy them. And then something new coming in Season 3 Reloaded, which they have not actually announced yet, but Swag and Ripples were talking about it. When you die, your perk package drops with your loot. So if you come back, I assume this is just for Mazra. I don't know if they would do this for a Sheik. I'm not really sure. But if you come back, you win your gulag or whatever, you can land back on your body, pick up all your guns, and then also pick your perk package back up, so you don't have to get another loadout again. And then they were talking about something like you can stow perks. Sounded a little weird, but like what Swag said was, if you have like high alert, you can stow a perk, so you can't use like 2 ultimate perks at the same time. But if you get to late game, you can remove high alert and put on ghost. Sounds fucking absolutely terrible, but they did mention that. So there's going to be some weird changes coming in Season 3 Reloaded with perk packages. Unless it's coming in Season 4, but I'm pretty sure they said it was coming in this update. So yeah, be on the lookout for that weird shit happening.
So I have mixed feelings about all of that. I think perk packages where you can loot a set of 4 perks is fine. Especially because they're presets, so they're probably dog shit anyway.
Oh, they're all dog shit, yeah.
But even if they were good, it wouldn't be the end of the world, because I don't think, because you're still going to want your loadout either way. So, like, I don't think that is that big of a deal. And even if you drop them when you die, I'm not sure how I feel about this, but I think I actually might like it. Let's say you have ground loot and you kill a squad of people who have already gotten their loadout, you can now pick up their guns and their perks. I think that's kind of okay. I'm not sure. I'd have to... I don't even know if I have to think about it more. I'd have to play with it. But the idea of being able to pick up perk packages or swap them as a set of 4, I think I'm on board with. If I don't like it, I don't think I'm going to dislike it very much. I can't see a way where that's like terrible for the game. On the other hand, though, being able to swap individual perks so you can run around with high alert and stow ghost, and then once you get to late game in a building or there's like a little cluster of buildings, you just swap to ghost now. Like you used to not have ghost and now you just have ghost all of a sudden. Even here's what I would do, honestly, is run around with high alert. If I hear enemy UAV or UAV tower sweep or whatever, I'll just open my backpack, put on ghost for 30 seconds, and then swap back to high alert. And there's actually no punish.
And that's the question is it just like an immediate switch? Like, imagine if it's just something as quick as it's in your backpack and you click on it and it auto equips it right away. Like that's faster than literally calling in a UAV and going through that animation if it's something like that.
True.
Like if it sounds insane. If they're adding that in, there needs to be like a literal delay. Like you need to sit there and be like, okay, swapping perks, it's going to take you 20 seconds and you can't move. And if someone starts pushing you, you can cancel your perk swap, but then you have to start it all again after that. It sounds really, really, really bad.
Yes, it does.
And the other thing that worries me is they were playing like the ranked mode. So it's like, is that coming to ranked play then? Are the dropping of perk packages going to be in ranked play? Because that sounds something way too cheese for a mode like that. I don't know.
The individual perk swapping, I think, is a much bigger issue. So I don't know exactly how it works. I did not watch this swag video.
Yeah.
To be clear, and Tanner only skimmed it.
I was watching it during the pre-show. Yeah, well, you were also talking, so it was kind of hard to fully focus on it. But
the way I'm imagining it, based on the third-hand description I've gotten, is that it will function exactly like a kill streak. So you have one kill streak equipped, and then if you have one in your backpack and you left-click it, it just swaps them. So now you have the other kill streak equipped, and the one you used to have equipped is just now in your backpack. That would be worst case scenario, because that would be way too cheesy. And then effectively everyone would have ghost. Because all the good players, if you have a brain, you're just going to run high alert, find ghost. Especially by late game, you've killed someone with ghost. So unless you can't drop an individual... This is why I don't understand how this works. If I kill someone, can I pick up their perk package? Or can I pick up 4 perks? Because it said you can loot out of supply boxes perk packages.
Yeah.
But that implies
that's what I was confused about too.
That's worth 4 perks, not 4 individual perks.
Yeah, and it kind of seems like Swag started talking about it out of nowhere. He was like, yeah, so you can like stow perks. So unless he meant you can just stow an entire package and then swap the packages. I don't know. It was not very clear at all.
Interesting.
But
interesting.
Yeah,
that actually sounds more likely to me.
Something like that packages. sounds really, really fun for Resurgence. If I buy my loadout, die, get the free loadout, die. You know, if I can land back and just grab my guns again in my perk package, that makes Resurgence even more fun.
Yeah,
I think.
Sure.
But for mods, for something like ranked, I don't know. Little iffy on that one.
What I would like to see is you have the perk packages, you can pick them up and they equip, and that's fine. I would honestly prefer you can't swap perk packages. Like if you have a perk package equipped and you find another one, you just can't pick it up. That's what I would like, honestly. Like you can't stow them in your backpack. That's not going to be the case though, probably. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going to withhold judgment for now until we learn more. But it's pretty weird. But
it's interesting.
Yeah, we'll get more into that as we get more details.
Regardless,
and play with it and shit.
I don't think it will be as annoying as lootable individual perks like we had in Caldera, where someone could have 12 perks on them, which everyone just loved for some reason, it seems, except for us. And that will come. Let's be super clear. That'll be in the game by like season 5 or 6, individual perks that you could buy or loot. But for now, it's just packages.
Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely better than individual perks, so you can have effectively specialist for sure.
Yeah.
So anyways, moving on in the blog post here. So yeah, the new DMZ shit. Ooh, farted. It's somewhere in Moz. Shout out to okay, show what you're made of in Warzone Ranked Play Beta. So here's another look at a skin. Looks cool here. Anyway. On the heels of multiplayer ranked in MW2 comes Warzone Ranked Beta. An experience featuring competitive settings, a progressive rank system, a visual skill system, and seasonal rewards, all in the epic battle royale setting. This will launch in Season 3 Reloaded in its beta before it launches in full force in a future season. Start from bronze and continue climbing the ranks through winning matches, getting high placements, and earning elims through a skill rating system tailored for a BR ranked mode. So the ratings are all the same as multiplayer, and it looks like the SR is similar, if not the same as well. So it's bronze through iridescent, and then there's still the top 250 shit. This is all fairly expected. They said, we had said that a lot of the ranked rewards and things of that nature, and the 2-track system where you can earn rating, but you can also lose rating by winning and losing games. But you can also rank up by winning games, and you never lose those ranks. So there's like that reward track, so no matter how bad you are, you still have a sense of progression. Because all you need is a win, and a loss doesn't detract from that, which would be like rank 50 multiplayer ranked player. That's different than iridescent or crimson. Those are independent. It's 2 separate tracks. That's coming to Warzone ranked as well, which I think is really cool and not surprising based on multiplayer ranked. So all expected so far and good. So that's that. Your skill rating is based on your match performance. Get assists and elims and place high within the match to increase your SR. Okay, so they're doing it like Apex. Entering a match requires a modest SR entry fee, skill rating entry fee. See the end of match SR summary for a rundown of your SR adjustments. The best of the best will be featured in the top 250, and they'll be on a public leaderboard. And then there's going to be more intel on a blog post we're going to go over. But okay, I like this. Entering a match requires a modest SR entry. They said free, but they meant fee. So that's going to be interesting to get more into the details on, which we're going to do in a moment here. So anyway, they remind us that Plunder is back in Warzone. Cool. A little general overview here. 2 new secondaries and 1 sharp projectile. So there's going to be 2 new handguns with the mid-season update. Both are fully automatic. Okay. And then a throwing star. 2 full auto handguns. So that'll be a total of 3 with the X13 auto.
Yeah.
I'd love like a real primary, but we did get a squall, which is usable, and the intervention. So actually okay with that. But anyway, 2 new full auto handguns. They're probably going to be, one of them's going to be overpowered on launch in akimbo, and then they're going to nerf it, and then it'll be dog shit. So cool.
Yeah, I wonder if you can akimbo them actually. Wonder.
You can akimbo the X13 autos, so I'm assuming you can.
Yeah.
Anyway, next they talk about the trophy hunt camo challenges. Don't care. And then more details on the weapons. I don't know why they didn't put this up there, but here we go. FTAC Siege is one of the handguns. Designed to be compact and maneuverable, this SMG has a jaw-dropping fire rate and rapid swap speed. It's an interesting thing to mention. A trusted secondary for up-close engagements. So here we have a look at it. It looks like a
It's
what
a Tech
does that
9.
look like? A Tech 9, yeah, that's what I said.
It's a Tech 9, yeah, that's what you said. That's what you're getting at.
Yeah. Okay. Highly customizable.
Which is in most games a submachine gun, by the way.
Yes.
No game ever puts it as a pistol.
Yeah. Yeah. So, there you go.
Oh, yeah, Jake's right. Here they call it this SMG, but up there they call it a fully automatic handgun. So, yeah, they don't know what it's supposed to be. It probably was supposed to be an SMG, and then they decided, oh, let's just put it in the fucking pistol category, yeah.
Yeah. Although it cannot be a true substitute to a primary SMG, they say. This fast-firing secondary is a boon in close-quarter situation and can push the limits of a sidearm's range. So that implies it has really good range as well for a pistol. So, okay, we'll see. Whatever. Anyway, next is the GS Magna. Okay, this looks like a Deagle, and they're telling me it's full auto.
It's a full auto Deagle, yes.
Is that true?
You figured it out, buddy. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay. This fully automatic 50 cal. Cool.
Yeah.
Boasts a thunderous rate of fire and enough power to put an end to anyone foolish enough to cross your path. Okay. So, this is insane. If you can make this akimbo, it's going to have like a one frame TTK in 5 meters. This is just dumb. This is just a goofy weapon. Is this a real gun? Has anyone made this in real life? This seems wildly unpractical.
I don't know. Oh yeah, it does say it has the ability to go akimbo, yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
It's going to have a max damage range of like 2 meters though, probably.
Yeah, they'll balance it. It's just dumb.
It's also going to be very difficult to control, I would imagine.
Yeah.
If one of these two is going to be usable and good, it's for sure going to be the Tech 9.
Yeah, I agree.
Fucking Deagle.
I agree. I think this will have an insane TTK in like 4 meters, actually, though. Kind of like the broadside.
Going broadside, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, there you go. But yeah, it's not going to be very relevant, I don't think.
Yeah,
maybe
easily compete at
Ashika,
extreme close ranges. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, let's see. Kevin Durant is an operator skin. I wonder if his operator is fucking 7'2", like he is in real life.
Can't head glitch anymore. Your fucking head glitch is your chest level now, man.
Yeah.
I wonder.
So they give us a Kevin Durant quote here. Kevin Durant's a basketball player, by the way, for those of you who don't know. Now he's an operator skin as well. Which is okay. Why? What a random, just some random NBA player.
Yeah, does he like
all-star? He's really good.
Does anybody know? Because a lot of these guys actually play COD. Does Kevin Durant like ever talk about Call of Duty or like stream video games? I doubt it, right? Usually it's more like the shitters. It doesn't seem like one of the best players in the league is playing COD on his time off, right?
Threes, yeah.
Yeah, he's too busy fucking whores, doing commercials, snorting lines, probably practicing. He's doing a lot of other things.
Yeah. So anyway, that's cool, I guess. It's just so random. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, it's out there, but yeah, whatever.
Anyway, there you go. So he's in the game. Let's see. Throwback Pack 09 weapon audio bundle? What? Hold on.
Yeah, we talked. This was also in season 3. They talked about this. It's giving us MW2 audio for a couple guns.
For a couple weapon blueprints, yeah. Interesting.
So, question is, can you change any attachments on that blueprint? Will it take away the sound if you change an attachment? I wonder, like, actually, will that be the case? And it's the Hemlock and the MP5, the Lockman sub, by the way. So those are not getting nerfed in Season 3 Reloaded. There's your confirmation. They will not be touched.
Keep firing, baby. Let's go. Yeah.
Learn to aim, yeah.
So there you go. Anyway. We got another Edgelord Operator skin, CDL Team Packs, and Championship Pack. We've already talked mostly about this. This is just the goofiest skin I've ever seen. Another, holy shit, half the blog post is fucking
That's what I was saying. It looks like a long blog post, but about literally 15% of it was worth covering, yeah.
Yeah, and that's it. Okay, yeah, that's it. So... there's the blog post. You excited?
The Rat Pack is pretty funny. I'll say that. Am I excited for it? Judging from this, no, of course not. No. Nothing else to look forward to as of yet. So yeah, we'll see.
We will see indeed. So anyway, we got more details here though, on ranked specifically, and we are going to get into that right now. So here is a blog post with some details on ranked play in COD Warzone 2. Yeah, my overall thoughts, by the way, on Season 3 Reloaded, it's all about ranked play for me. So I don't know. We'll see how this goes. So they have a little blurb at the start here. They say ranked play is finally here for Warzone. It's not, by the way. You can't play ranked play yet, so that's cool that they said that. But anyway, here's what you need to know.
This blog doesn't mention Infinity Ward, by the way. It says by Raven, Treyarch, World Series of Warzone, and Call of Duty staff.
Interesting. Yeah,
I guess that's just who wrote it.
Omen. So we got a little graphic here, and it looks very similar to the ranked play structure of multiplayer, as we said. The skill divisions are the same, bronze through, crimson, iridescent, top 250. We have the ranks, which again only counts wins. So if you get 500 wins or something, you get rank 50. So you can go 500 wins and 5 million losses and you'll still get rank 50 because losses don't matter on that track, which again, I really like that feature. That's really cool. And it gives people who are never going to climb to a very high rating an incentive to keep playing anyway.
That's how you know someone's bad, is if they're like a rank 40 and they're in gold. They're a very bad player.
Correct. Yes, exactly. So here are some rewards. Every 5 ranks you get rewards, and that's, again, ranks are different than skill divisions. So rank is the one where losses don't matter. Skill divisions is the elo, is the rating. That's where losing and winning does matter. It's determined by your SR, which is won and lost. So anyway, every 5 ranks, you earn a reward, including charms, emblems, a gun screen, and a ranked play operator skin, which is very cool. Reach kill and assist in a placement milestones each season to earn limited time rewards. Again, very similar to ranked multiplayer. Chimera Pro issue weapon blueprints, one such reward. A crown charm is another one. And then there's end of season skill division rewards as well. Again, like ranked multiplayer had. So if you got to like crimson in ranked multi, you got like a crimson ranked multiplayer operator skin, for example, which again, very fucking cool. Very good idea. Gives people something to play for, and they have something to show for it. I really like that. I like their rewards as well, and I like how they look. And here's a picture, again, of the ranked veteran skin. This is for hitting rank 50 in Warzone ranked play. So you have to play a lot of games. You don't have to get high skill division, but you got to play a lot of fucking games to get that. So now into the meat and potatoes here. Earning SR. Rack up SR each match by earning kills and assists and outlasting other squads. This is the metric by which you can climb skill divisions. You can gain or lose SR. So first of all, there's the deployment fee. When you queue for a game, there is a fee where you pay some SR to get into the game. So you start the game at a deficit, unless you're bronze. Then there's no SR deployment fee. I don't know if they gave us any more details than that on that topic. They do, but it's not in the image.
They show all of them. Yeah.
Okay. So you also get SR from kills and assists and for squad kills as well. So if you get a kill yourself and there are 50 squads left, you get 5 SR. If there are only 20 left, you get 7 SR. And if there are 3, 2, or 1 other squad left, you get 15 SR for a kill. So kills and assists are worth more depending on how many other squads are alive in the game. Solid way to do this. I like the idea. And then likewise, you get 2 SR if your squad kills someone when there are 50 players left, 3 if there are 20, 7 if there are only 3.
Yeah.
And then final placement, you get an additional bonus to your SR. Top 40, you get 5. All the way to first place, you get 100. And, top 40, top 30, top 20, top 10, 5, third, second, first. So you are incentivized to get kills. You're incentivized to get assists. You're incentivized to stay in the match longer so that you can get a placement bonus to SR. And you're incentivized to stay in the match longer and go for wins because your kills count more the later into the game it is because there are fewer squads left. And the benefit of this system is that it would be possible, like Apex does, for you to immediately see at any point in the game whether you are operating at an SR deficit or surplus. So when you queue into Apex and you're platinum, as soon as you drop out of the fucking plane, it says in the top right of your screen, -90 SR or whatever. So you know that if you guys all die now, you've lost 90 SR. But then as you get kills, like let's say you get a kill, well then it would say like -75. So it's like, okay, still at a deficit. And then like 8 other teams randomly die elsewhere and you haven't done shit but not die. All of a sudden that number is going to be -50. Oh, okay. Because now I've reached a different threshold. And then eventually what you hope for is that that number is positive and then whatever, you win or lose based on that. But the advantage of this system that they've implemented, rather than a multiplier, is that you can very easily know how many SR you're going to get. And in theory, you'd be able to see at all times what your SR is or isn't. So
and that's how it's going to be.
That's how it's going to work, which is really good. We'll see if it actually works. But I don't
think they've said it. JGOD said it in his video. Yeah.
Oh, okay. They did a great job in theory with this, though. I think this is even actually better than a multiplier system that we talked about. I think this is a really smart way to incentivize both getting kills and playing aggressively and also placing highly. It accomplishes what the multiplier system accomplishes in that it rewards placing high and getting kills, but it has the additional benefit of being way less complicated so that you can more easily track how many points you're going to get or whatever. I really, really fucking like this system. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, the scoring system actually, it was kind of shocking how good it sounds. I'm very glad that you are going to be able to see your live SR in the top corner so you know what you're going to end that match with. Yeah, because, if you're not doing too hot and you can survive a little bit longer and at least like not lose SR, I like that aspect of the game. Again, I've never played Apex ranked, but I like that idea. That's like, okay, well, I'm just going to hide and hold out a little bit longer so I at least don't lose SR or something, the last guy alive.
Right.
But yeah, only thing I'm kind of unsure about, which I think may be a little weird, is a kill and an assist grants you the same amount of points. So if I put one bullet into a guy, and then Jake does every other point of damage and fulls the guy, we get the same amount of SR for that because I got an assist, which I think is a little weird. Not too sure how I feel about that. It's feel like it's making it too easy.
It's weird, too, because they delineate between kill and assist, you get a number of points, and then kill by squad, you get fewer points.
Yeah,
but if
so
you're
why couldn't there just be
trios? Am I ever not going to have an assist? I guess if
exactly.
I'm in the gulag
you're gonna be together a lot of times shooting everyone, so a lot of those are gonna be assists. Yeah, but with like things like one-shot snipers and stuff as well, there will be people getting knocks and fulls that you never see if you're not sniping.
I wonder if you full someone who's downed, if that would count as an assist.
Probably does. I would imagine. I'm not sure. So yeah, I think that's a little weird. I feel like it should have just been kills by your squad, and then kills you got an assist with, but not the biggest deal. It's whatever.
I don't think it's that big of a deal either. I do agree with you though. I think assists should be like a separate category. So like if there are 50 squads remaining, you get 5 points for a kill and assist, and 2 if your squad gets a kill. Maybe you have 5 points if you get the kill, and then, I don't know, 3 if you get the assist, and then 2 if it's a kill by squad. That might be a little bit better.
Nothing. Yeah, so I mean, theoretically, I can just sit, since you get points too for kills by squad, I can just run around, do nothing the whole game. Hopefully my teammates get a bunch of kills. I just get to hang out, get a bunch of points that way. They get me high placement, and then I get a bunch of SR. Be pretty cool.
That's the goal, for sure, yeah. But, hold on, my dog's going completely fucking insane. What was I gonna say?
Yeah, it sounds good though. Yeah, they'll get a lot more into it here though when we get into the specifics.
Yeah, what do we got next? He's
SR.
going crazy, so.
Yeah, so next up here, Ranked Play is the official competitive Warzone 2 Battle Royale experience. Players must be at least level 45 to access Ranked Play. So that's kind of trying to combat cheaters a little bit. Someone can't get banned, come right back as a level 1 and just immediately rage hack again. You have to at least get to level 45, so it helps a little bit. It'll still be full of cheaters though, for sure. With the launch of Ranked Play Beta and Season 3 Reloaded, our goal is to deliver a competitive and fair system of play, all while striving to ensure a consistent experience across all BR modes. To achieve this, the Ranked Play Beta will have initial gameplay restrictions in order to gather crucial feedback and data for the full launch of Ranked Play in Season 4 and beyond. So yeah, what we're getting is a test Ranked Play essentially in Season 3 Reloaded here.
Which is how they should do it, by the way.
Yeah, so there will be changes. If you don't like how it is in Season 3 Reloaded, there's a good chance they will add more restrictions on certain guns, weapon categories, and more when Season 4 launches, and that's like the official start of Ranked Play.
Yes. Yeah, so that's like the right way to do it, for sure. Where like the beta season doesn't matter that much, if at all. I think they're still probably going to offer rewards for it, which is cool. But yeah, that's the right thing to do. On the topic of the SR thing, another thing too is that like a kill and an assist, that shit doesn't matter for the high rank players, because everyone who's like high ranked, they're pretty much going to have their own like team, and they're always going to be playing with the same 3 people. It's going to be very much a team game. So I think overall the system is really, really good for the SR, just to kind of cap that off.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah. Here's a preview of what you can expect for the Ranked Play Beta rule set. It's going to be trios on Moz. There will be no fire sales or any other public events like a jailbreak. There will be no heavy choppers. So this is all like World Series of Warzone so far. There are going to be no splitters, no multi-circles. So when the circle splits into 3, that can't happen in Ranked, which I guess is fine. Changes to redeploy mechanics. Does that mean there's no redeploy packs? Is that what that means?
I think so, yeah, because the AI strongholds will still be in the game. Once we get through this blog post, then I'll talk about the JGOD video, because he says some things they don't say. But I think one of the things was that if you do a stronghold, you don't get redeploy packs from them in Ranked.
That's a good thing.
Those just don't exist. I don't think you can even get gulag tokens in Ranked.
That would be good, for sure. Don't put them in pubs either, but they definitely shouldn't be in Ranked, so that's good. Buy station inventory adjustments. Don't know if they say more on this later, or maybe JGOD did, but that's all they say here.
JGOD says a lot more on it later,
okay, yeah. No flinging rocks at people in the gulag, because that's just mean. Okay. Don't let people spectate at all, but whatever. And yeah, Ranked Play in Warzone 2 uses a similar ranking system to that of MW2 multiplayer. I don't know why they said that after... Oh, I guess they haven't talked about it yet. They just showed the image. So there are 7 standard skill divisions. All players begin at Bronze 1 at the start of Season 3 Reloaded. So there will be no placement matches. RIP.
Yep.
RIP.
Yeah.
Not the end of the world, but still dumb. Give me placement matches. Matters a lot less when there are so many different squads, though. Because the asymmetry is not going to be as obvious. So that's, whatever. Because this is being launched at mid-season, the first Ranked Play season will be shorter than all subsequent seasons. So each ranked play season is going to last a season, which I like as well. And that's how multiplayer works, so that's not surprising.
Yeah, that's how most games do it now. I think all ranked games do it.
So players will earn skill rating based on match performance, placement, kills, assists, and kills by your squad. And then they go into the details, which we've already gone over here. At the beginning of each match, a deployment fee is deducted from each player's SR total. The higher the player's skill division and tier, the higher the deployment fee. Again, exactly like Apex. This is all really, really fucking good. Really smart way to handle ranked. This is actually exactly what we hoped for and said as much when we were talking about what ranked could look like. The ideal system in terms of placement, rewards, fees, punishments, balance, was to basically copy Apex, and that's like actually what they did, which is really cool. So bronze, there's no deployment fee. You don't have to pay anything to queue for a match. Silver, it's 10 SR to queue. So you start the game, if you're silver 1, at a 10 SR deficit. So you need to get kills, assists, or placement totaling 10 or more SR, otherwise you're going to lose rating for that game. But that's not very hard to do. Whereas for Crimson 3, 100 SR.
Yeah.
So the higher your rating, the more points you have to earn in that lobby to gain SR, which is a good way to balance having a bunch of different ranks of players in the same lobby. The silver player is not going to get punished as hard for dying early as the crimson player is, because the silver player is kind of expected to get punished early if he sees the crimson player. And then over time, everyone will be at a rating they probably should be at, which is what you want from a ranked system.
Yeah, minus 100 SR to start is pretty wild, considering getting a win
is 100
would get you 100 SR. Yeah, so like obviously you're gonna get kills and assists and all that. Yeah. That sounds pretty good.
So the numbers I don't think are actually that important, the specific values. We could quibble about these and maybe they're not ideal or whatever, but it looks about right to me, and they can always shift around how much a deployment fee is for each, like, whatever. Yeah,
I'm sure, especially things like that will probably change when it launches actually in season 4.
Right. But the fact of the system existing in this way is a great starting point, and if they need to adjust how much deployment fees are as they go, that's totally fine, and they already have the framework in place. So I really, really like this. This is all really good to hear. So there you go. And then, yeah, if you're like top 250, your deployment fee continues to climb up to 210, which is actually insane.
That's a lot.
So you can't just win games and get top 250. You literally will not. You'll lose rating at some point. So, yeah, you're going to have to be getting kills and shit. So, interesting. So we'll see how that plays out. At the end of each season, players are knocked back to the lowest tier 1 division below where they ended the season. For example, a gold 3 player at the end of the season will start season 4 at silver 1. So there you go. And then a diamond 2 would go back to platinum 1. So the highest division you can start at is diamond 1. So there you go.
Yeah.
Additional new features. All new or updated features brought into multiplayer ranked play, SR forgiveness and demotion protection, squad backout and match canceling, and suspensions will be included for Warzone ranked play. This team will have an update with new features when new features are introduced for both ranked play modes. And I think we have a hint about one of those features, which we should have had 3 years ago. But there you go. And remember, Ricochet anti-cheat will be enforcing at 0 times.
Yeah, sure. Please don't cheat, no.
Anyway, moving on. Rewards. So yeah, the rewards for division placements, ranking up, and completing seasonal placement and kill challenges. These are unique and separate from MW2 multiplayer ranked. So there is a reason for you to play both, they say. So the rank system, separate from division. So again, this is just based on, you can't lose ranks. You can only lose rating. If you get Top 25, you get 1 ranked star. If you get top 10, 2 stars. If you get first place, 3 stars. It's independent of your skill rating. How many teams are in a match of trios? 50, right?
50, yeah.
So you only need to get in the top 50% of squads to earn 1 star. That would be the equivalent of winning a game of multiplayer ranked to get 1 star. Toward your reward. So it's actually easier to climb than it is in ranked multiplayer because it's all.
Because what? Yeah. Fuck. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the ranking system for your rank in MW in multiplayer. What did it max out as to rank up once? What was it, like 5 stars, 4 stars, 6 stars?
I don't know.
Yeah, because I think that means if you win like 2 games in a row of Moz, that's going up at least 1 rank when you get up to like past rank 5 or something.
Yeah, you're gonna climb really fast.
I don't know if they would change that too. Yeah.
I think for the average player, it's good.
Yeah.
Because most people are not winning games back to back. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But either way, whatever. There's going to be a vehicle skin, a ranked play win tracker gun screen. That's pretty cool at rank 30, and a ranked veteran operator skin at rank 50, like we said.
Which is that skin we keep seeing, yeah. So we'll never get that. Not playing that much ranked mod. I can confirm that.
And then there are also 2 separate challenges, placement and elimination challenges. That's cool. So placement rewards. So like if you get like first like 10 times or some shit like that, you get a pro issue weapon blueprint, and a charm. And then there's elimination rewards, which is a camo to use on any weapon. Those are shit. So never mind. But whatever. Okay. Lastly, due to a shortened season, we want players to use Season 3 Reloaded to jockey for division placement in Season 4. Therefore, end-of-season divisional rewards will be available starting in Season 4, but we want to emphasize that if you at least finish in Crimson in Season 3 Reloaded, you will start at Diamond 1 for next season. Okay. And that's not how it's going to work in the future. So there you go. So that's that blog post. What are your thoughts, buddy?
Yeah. Sounds pretty good. The system, I mean, this...
And Infinity
it's
War
pretty
had
much
nothing
what
to do with it.
we
That's
expected.
hilarious.
We knew the system was going to be good because Treyarch designed it.
Exactly.
Will the actual ranked play experience be good? Oh, no, probably not, because you're playing out Mazra. So will it be fun at all? No, and it won't be fun whatsoever. But the actual ranked play system overviewed in this blog post that Treyarch designed sounds pretty damn good, yeah.
I think if the server performance and the frame rate issues that I experienced last time I played Moz did not exist, I would have fun playing ranked right now.
Would you?
Because there would be some reason to play. There would be something to play for. That's the biggest problem with Moz is like there's not enough action, nor is there any reason outside of getting action to play. So like I like playing Ashika because there's action. A lot of it's Call of Duty. But Moz, too slow to enjoy it for the action. And also no reason to really go for wins super hard because what's the point? But in this there is. I'm not with you on that. I think provided it's not a bug-filled disaster, which it absolutely will be on launch, absolutely unplayable on the first day of ranked play. Let me be clear. The ranked will be unplayably bad on the first 2 days minimum. Don't even bother.
2 days? Is that all you're giving them? 2 days?
I'm
going to say
minimum.
like the first 2 weeks. Yeah.
Most likely the first like week or two. Yeah. It'll be buggy, stuttering, disaster, bugs, fucking someone's going to have all 900 perk packages at the same time. Overkill is going to like multiply. So if you have 2 overkills, which you can equip because it's bugged, you can actually not only have 4 weapons, well, it would be multiplicative, so it would still be 4 actually in that case. It doesn't matter. Listen, it's going to be a mess. But if it's eventually like it works as intended, I could see this being a lot of fun for me. I'm excited for it to actually work, but that won't be when Season 3 Reloaded launches. Let's just be super clear about that. That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is even better than I was expecting the ranked rule set to be.
Yeah, the rank system sounds well designed.
Really well designed. The crucial point and the crucial concern we had and the question we had was, how do you design a ranked system for Warzone that is not giga campy? And I think they have accomplished that. Because you can't play super campy and get a high rating with this system. It's a 100 SR entry fee at Crimson. And you only get 100 points for getting first place.
That's what I was thinking about watching this. So originally, you know, I had said, I feel like the people on top of the leaderboards will be the slower paced players that go for wins. After seeing the system, that will not at all be the case. Players like Iron are going to be hard stuck in fucking gold. Yeah, because every time I go to a stream, he has 2 kills and there's 5 people left. So, yeah, I think it's really going to force people to actually get more kills, which I do really enjoy. I don't think it'll be really slow.
Yeah, I think placement is sufficiently rewarded here. It's not like getting first place doesn't matter. It matters a lot. Because 100 SR is worth a lot of kills. You know? Depending on how many squads are left, it's worth like about, 10 to 15 kills. Which is really good. But you need to get kills also if you want to be like the highest placed. Even like Iridescent, you're going to have to be getting quite a few kills. Because some games you're not going to win. So to overcome the game where you just randomly get unlucky and die off rip, well, you just paid your 90 SR entry fee. So on balance, you're going to have to be getting a lot of kills in every game.
Yeah.
So I think they did a great job designing an incentive structure where it's not going to be as campy as the Warzone 1 solos Grand Cup pre for 100K, where everyone in the final circle had a riot shield and stun grenades and their heartbeat sensors out, and there were 19 people in 5 square feet in a vertical building. Yeah. That isn't going to happen with this system. So kudos to Treyarch, and not Infinity Ward, who had nothing to do with this. And fuck Infinity Ward, awful dev studio. The reason this is interesting and cool and well designed is explicitly because Infinity Ward didn't have anything to do with it. So keep that in mind. Let's be clear. And don't forget, the Infinity Ward QA department is a PSYOP. It's a PSYOP. True. So fuck Infinity Ward. They deserve no credit for this and they'll get none. Their name isn't even on the goddamn document. But kudos to Treyarch and the other decent dev studios for designing a system, for accomplishing something really good. It won't incentivize camping a ton. Will it play campy despite that? Maybe. I think it's actually going to be campier at the lower ratings than the higher ratings, which is going to be interesting because you would think the opposite. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't think it'll be super slow, because the other thing too that with like World Series of Warzone is like there's money on the line. This is just a public ranked play, so either way, it's already not going to be as campy as that, because these kids aren't playing for $600,000 if they win or something. It's just more they're playing for their rank. So I do think people will be more inclined to actually just go out and get kills than just camp and do nothing the whole time. So I think that's solid.
Yeah, for sure. So. Moving on here, there is...
Yeah, before we get on to into the JGOD video, because I had that in another section, real quick here, there was another hidden patch note we forgot.
Oh, no.
This is a hidden patch note courtesy of me.
Interesting.
Me, myself. Here I am playing random filled trios with Butt Muncher and Thrust Bucket yesterday. You heard that correctly. Butt Muncher and Thrust Bucket. There's me underwater. There's my Orion Vaznev, which you do not have. You listening, you do not have Orion. You notice in the middle of the screen off to the left, you see that little bar there, right?
Yep.
Yesterday, in the middle of me playing matches, at some point, they added a
breath meter,
underwater breath timer meter. Yes. And I was like so confused, like what the fuck is going on here? I screenshotted it and posted it in Warzone in Discord, in Warzone chat, and I was like, this is new, right? And Someone responded. I think Jake, and he was like, yeah, I've never seen that before. So yeah, it is confirmed. And I saw someone else tweet this out today. You can no longer stay underwater for like an indefinite amount of time and then just pop up for a millisecond and go back underwater. It is on a timer.
Oh, so this isn't just a UI change.
No. So you can... It seems like you cannot stay underwater quite as long as you could before. Let's be clear, it's still entirely too wrong. But when that meter starts to get low and it's like red, if you pop up for like a millisecond and then go back down, it hardly fills up that meter. So if you want to actually get some breath to be able to stay underwater longer, you're going to have to come back up for a good, 2, 3, maybe 4 seconds to fill that meter back up before you go back down.
Wow.
So yeah. Is this enough? No, of course not. You can still stay underwater for way too long. In my opinion, you still can't see anybody underwater. It's still a disaster fighting in the water, but it's better than before. One thing I did not confirm is how much damage you begin taking once that meter hits 0. I'm not sure if you take damage quickly. If the meter runs out and then even then you're taking damage at a slow rate, then the meter is a waste of time and it doesn't actually matter because you could still possibly stay underwater while taking damage for another 10 seconds. I don't know. So that I'll have to test the next time I play. But yeah, so that's super cool. And also, I bet this is the... what will be coming soon is the fucking what's the thing in DMZ where you can hold your breath? The rebreather. Yeah, I guarantee you that's now going to be coming, and that bar will either change colors or something. It'll be like wearing a durable gas mask. Yep, and that'll show that you have a rebreather and you can stay underwater for a long time. And then it'll defeat the whole purpose, and then the water will once again be miserable. But yeah, so that got added into the game yesterday at some point. Why didn't they tell us about this change? Who knows? Will they tell us in Season 3 Reloaded? Probably not.
Yeah. We'll probably get a patch on this in Season 5. Or, excuse me, not a patch, because they already did the patch. In the Season 5 patch notes, they're going to say, oh, by the way, we've previously added a breath icon and changed how it functions. I thought this was just a UI change, which would have been good in and of itself. But a mechanical change also is very good. One thing I'll add is I have drowned to death in Moz before, and it happens very quickly. Once you start taking damage, you die inside of like 1 Mississippi, actually. But they changed the breath mechanics, so maybe they changed that again also. I don't know. So this is, as we've said many times before, a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
But we need to start taking fucking hurdles in the right direction. We need to start taking lunges in the right direction. So yeah, it's a step. But yeah, it's like Tanner said also, it's still not enough. Just take the water out of it. Don't put water in BRs, duh. But anyway, there you go.
And they were super proud of that water too.
And there was no patch notes on this. That's why we didn't know. So Infinity Ward again, dog shit, trash company. Whoever writes their patch notes and whoever hired the person who writes their patch notes, they should both be fired. They shouldn't work in a video game industry. Especially if this is not just a UI change, but a mechanical change. How do you not tell people about that? How do you make the change and then don't like write it down somewhere? It's completely insane. And only Infinity Ward does it. Worst dev studio far and away in this franchise. Miserable, awful shit studio, but whatever.
Yeah.
So now we're moving on to news and upcoming changes.
Yeah, so this was in a JGOD video. So some people got to go out to Raven. I think it was a couple weeks ago now, a few weeks ago. They posted videos yesterday. They got a chance to play Warzone Ranked and give some feedback. And JGOD said they provided a ton of feedback to the devs about everything once again. Will they listen? Who knows? But yeah, so JGOD covered some things. Again, it's trios. Everything matches the Warzone 2 rank system, SR fees. Blah, blah. Yeah, so UI will show your live SR in the top corner, just like Apex. That is a very good change. That was not confirmed in the blog post. JGOD did say that, though. That's great to know if you're going to earn SR or lose SR at any given time.
Yes, for sure.
No public events. Okay, yeah, so JGOD did say in his video there will be no redeploy or gulag tokens at all. That was up in the air in the blog post. There will be no assimilation, but he made that clear. If someone backs out and you and your teammate decide to stick in, no, you can't form a squad. with someone else who had a missing player or something. You can't form squads, duh. Yeah. Traditional single circle, no circle splitters. There will be no nuke contract, no turreted vehicles, no heavy choppers. He said limited gear, most notably the riot shield. So as of now, it sounds like that is all that is banned is the riot shield, and probably going into season 4, maybe they'll make some more tweaks with, maybe we see attachments even just being banned.
What does limited gear mean?
That's why I put it in quotes. That's what he said. Limited gear, most notably the riot shields.
Okay.
So,
I wonder if
don't
he means
know.
ground loot or like create a class shit. Well, I guess it would be both if it's create a class shit.
Yeah. Yeah. He also said there would be reduced spawn protection. He did go on to say, of course, remove spawn protection entirely. I think they gave that feedback to the devs. They probably won't listen. And here's a fun one. They left this out of the blog post for some reason. There will still be AI strongholds in Warzone ranked. And this is what he had to say. AI is super weak, basically one shot because they do not have any armor and they do very little damage. So why are they in? Couldn't tell you. And like JGOD said, he actually thinks this is essentially a placeholder, and hopefully AI will be removed from at the very least ranked sometime soon. Because he's like, it's why, you know, it's so obvious. Why are they in there then? He said it actually takes like one bullet from any gun to kill them, and they don't do any damage. So then why are we dealing with them?
Yeah.
And we'll talk more about the fun AI when it comes to World Series of Warzone at the end of this episode. We have some fun things to say about that.
Goody.
Another good thing, loadout drops will be team-based like in Warzone 1. So in Warzone 1, if you remember, you got your free loadout drop. If it was the only loadout around, then you know, okay, there's not a team within like 200 meters of us. We're all alone. If you get 4 loadout drops there, then it's like, okay, we have 3 other teams near us. That is not how it works in Warzone 2, but that is how it will work in Ranked. I don't know if this is how they're going to change it for pubs as well, but in this build they were playing, it had team-based loadout drops. You each get your own drop. So that's cool. More exciting stuff here. The buy stations are uniform. They will all have the same items in them always. Wow. Duh, right? So here's what he had to say. There will be unlimited UAVs for ranked play.
Boy.
But there are some surprise changes to UAVs. They may not make it in this update. That was according to Repulse. But UAVs are unlimited, but the sweep will now be based on who calls it in. So currently, if we're playing Moz and I'm at Oil and Raz is in downtown, if he says, oh shit, I think I have guys on me, pop a UAV someone. I pop a UAV 400 meters from him. He still gets a UAV sweep around his character like he called it in.
Correct.
That will no longer be the case. The UAV sweep will be on the person who calls it in.
Interesting.
They were unsure if that was rank specific or will this be a public change as well. And the price in their build they paid was still 4,000 for that, for the unlimited amount of UAVs you can purchase from a buy station. But the devs said that that could be too inexpensive since they're unlimited. And I think I would agree with that, because especially in ranked play, you're not going to be splitting. So if it's only on the one person that calls it in, it really doesn't matter that much, because you're all going to be close to each other anyways. So I do think the price of those UAVs would have to go up to like 6K at least, if that's the case.
With how much money I tend to have on Moz, yeah, I think they would need to be more expensive. I think in either case, though, this is going to really incentivize Ghost.
Yeah.
A lot. You have to run Ghost in ranked if you can buy unlimited UAVs.
Probably.
Which kind of sucks, because I really like having high alert.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
Well, yeah, maybe we'll be able to swap on the fly, man.
Yeah, well, anyway.
We'll find out.
So that's like a wildly different meta. By the way, is any of this shit sounding familiar? Sounds like a game I used to play like 2 years ago? I don't know. But it's all like very familiar to me.
Yeah.
They're just going back to Warzone 1 for ranked. It's... Yeah, anyway. I'm not mad about it, but this is looking a lot different than pubs. So, and I am curious.
Well, like I said, this could all be in pubs. They aren't sure. They aren't sure. Okay. Yeah, I don't think they were confirmed that, or it may, some of it, they weren't even sure if all this was coming in this update, but they said it was in the build they played, and if it doesn't come in this update, then it could be in Season 4, but they weren't positive on all that.
Okay.
So then moving on, mortar strikes and precisions were also unlimited in the buy stations. There will be limitations on counter UAVs with a max of 2 and self revives with a max of 2. And I believe that would be per team. So each team can buy up to 2 counter UAVs and 2 selves.
Buy?
I don't think it's per buy, because the way he described it was that it's an interesting mechanic. So then when you have a trio, only 2 of you could get a self or something. So it makes it sound like they're uniform based on every single team. You could all hit it and get you have your own set max amount.
That's better for ranked play, I would say.
Yeah, he didn't confirm that. That's a good question, so I'm not positive. But so then right after that, he said mortar strike and precisions were unlimited. But then after that, like 10 seconds later, he said you can only buy up to 2 cluster strikes. So he must have meant cluster mines, or he misspoke and maybe mortar strikes are not unlimited. I don't know. So either cluster mines are limited to 2 or mortar strikes are unlimited. One of those 2. It didn't make any sense. I watched it back like 3 times and that's what he said. So I don't know. But yeah, all in all, he had a lot more info to say. That's pretty much all of it though, but we'll link the video for you guys if you want to watch it. But yeah, all that again sounds really good.
That does sound...
Except for the strongholds, of course.
The strongholds thing is silly, for sure. But if they make them weaker... Yeah, we said this in fucking beta, but yeah. My big concern is that, first of all, counter UAVs need to not be in the build at all. But most of this is very good. These are like good changes. But then what bothers me, and maybe this is unfounded, like you said, we don't know if this is going to be in pubs or not. But if this is the ranked rule set, and then pubs is how pubs is now with none of this shit, they're going to be like 2 different games. And I want pubs to be as close to the same rule set as ranked as possible, so that you can practice for ranked without risking rating or something, or feeling like you're playing a different game. With that said, I would still prefer a good ranked rule set, regardless of whether or not it's in pubs. I'd rather the rule sets be different if ranked can be a good rule set than forcing them to be uniform, meaning both rule sets are bad. That makes sense. But ideally, they are uniform with the good rule set, which is pretty much everything JGOD talked about in this video based on that Raven build. That would be ideal. But overall, yeah, these all sound like great changes. But again, let me just remind you guys, most of this shit is just like, it's good because it's going back to how things were in Warzone 1. The team loadouts, unlimited UAVs, uniform buy station buy menu. Like, why couldn't they have just figured this out sooner? And before they like destroyed their player count, you know, it's a real shame. With all that said,
video game dev is hard, man.
This is, yeah, it's Bobby Kotick's fault, I guess. Greedy execs, by the way. This is once again a step in the right direction. So that's 2 steps in the right direction. We've got, 26.1
and then when the update drops, they'll have 9 steps backward.
They'll be fucking
with all the bugs and
across
everything
the
else.
goddamn stage. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So we'll see. You're going to get 70 FPS in a game of Moz on launch of Season 3 Reloaded. But anyway, we will have that video linked for your edification in the notes. Yeah. Yeah,
and then moving on. This is a video from XclusiveAce on hipfire attachments. Did you watch this video last week?
What?
Did you watch this video? It was the one somebody posted in Discord last week.
I have not watched it yet, no.
Oh, okay.
I meant to, I forgot to.
Okay, yeah. So XclusiveAce will have this video linked as well. He made a video all about hipfire attachments. So starting off here, there are a couple terms that people get confused on. So when you see the term hipfire accuracy, that only helps your hip spread while stationary. When you start moving, it does absolutely nothing for you.
Oh, wow.
So hipfire accuracy only helps while you're stationary.
So it doesn't matter.
On the other hand, hipfire recoil control helps your hip spread while moving and not while stationary. So that's something to think about, because when are you ever hip firing and not moving? It does not happen ever.
Yeah.
So hip fire recoil control then would be more the more important thing to focus on there.
What a weird way to name those attachments.
Yeah.
That doesn't. Yeah. Okay. That's
yeah.
this
whole video is confusing. That's why I wish you also watched it, because I feel like him saying some of these things just confused me more. So like, open this first image here.
Okay.
This is him testing. And then why does he call it no tuning? I don't know what he was doing. It was a very confusing video. It was not very clear. But basically, he does
it could be one attachment where you can slide to either of these axes.
Yeah, but see, he didn't say that. That's the thing. He made it sound like, well, I guess it would have to be. It would have to be tuning, right? Because he already has the attachments on there. Okay, yeah. So he shows here no tuning with the Bruin Warrior grip, and then he shows it with hip fire recoil control tuning, and then hip fire accuracy. And the hip fire recoil control does give the best spread, the tightest hip fire spread. But then before that, he had said that one only helps your spread while moving. But when he does this testing, he doesn't mention if he's standing still or not. But it's still the most. I'm so confused. I was so confused watching the video. I almost had more questions after it. I don't know.
We'll link it for you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, you can go watch it yourself. It's a little weird. But so basically there you would want hip fire recoil control when tuning, because that's going to give you the best spread, the tightest spread.
By the way, the hip fire accuracy tuning made his spread fucking bigger than no tuning at all.
It is a little wider, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's wider. Maybe not as tall. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. This whole... I'm going to be honest, it wasn't his most well-done video he's put out. I don't know.
Interesting. Still, because even like, everyone can make mistakes.
The bottom of these lines don't even line up, so that makes it a little more confusing to look at, you know?
That's not his fault, though.
Yeah, I guess that's not his fault, because he's just shooting at the center target. That's true,
right? Yeah.
So I don't know.
Weird.
Going on to lasers here, he shows all the lasers. So the big one everyone uses usually is the Point G3P. That is, I think that was added post-launch. That one gives you hip fire accuracy, whatever it says, and it also gives you sprint to fire. That is the one of them, that is so bright that it is not possible to miss it. So that does give you minus 20% on your standing hip spread and minus 24% on your moving hip spread. But the downside with lasers like the Point G3P and the FTAC Grim line is what he talks about, is how bright they are. So I actually learned something from this video, which is there's a laser called the Hipshot L20, and it is a red laser that is extremely faint, and it gives you the same amount of hip fire control added as the Point G3P without that sprint to fire time. So basically you're getting a laser that people almost can't see, but you're still getting the same amount of hip fire spread from that.
Yes.
So that's something good. So that's something you for sure.
Slower.
Yeah, which isn't the biggest deal, because you're already running a hipfire SMG. It's probably going to have pretty good sprint to fire.
Yeah, exactly.
So you especially, since you're still using that hipfire MP5, you should check. I don't know if that Hipshot L20 is available on every single gun. But
it
if
could
not,
also be called the Corvus Peck Beam 5, so probably one of those two is available, I would imagine.
Yeah, so one of those two. And then moving on here, so Hipshot L20 would be the best laser to use.
For sure.
So this, again, was a little confusing. So he talks about vertical foregrips. So he makes it sound like vertical foregrips just actually don't help your moving hipfire spread. It only helps if you're standing still.
And they all help the same amount, which is 15%. Yes. All the vertical foregrips.
Exactly.
Interesting. So in that case, you'd want to look for the vertical foregrip that has the fewest downsides, if that's true. I feel like I tested these myself. I didn't do them scientifically like he does, though. And there was a difference.
That's what I've always felt
was
too.
Like the same one, the best one rather.
But maybe that's because when we were testing, well, no, because they're all the same still. Yeah, I don't know. So then in his testing, though, of all the vertical foregrips, he found one that I've never used and didn't know existed. It is called the Cronin Groove Shot. And that one, he said, for some reason, does not spread out as much as all the other vertical foregrips. And that one definitely helped the most in terms of the amount that the actual hipfire spread blooms out, essentially.
Interesting.
So that's what he ended up recommending for hipfire builds, is the one called the Cronin Groove Shot. Sorry. So give that one a try as well. So you need to test this. You need to try that.
I'm gonna try this for sure.
And the hipshot L20. And then last thing here, he talks about the no stock. No stock attachments help with moving hipfire spread. It gives you about an 18% increase to your moving hipfire spread. So he does recommend running whatever type of no stock that gun has. Yeah.
Wow. That's very surprising.
Not all the SMGs have it. I don't think, or they're all called something different, but he said whatever would be equivalent to like essentially an MW19 no stock attachment, that one gives you 18% increase to your hipfire spread. That's huge. Moving. Which means you would want that, you would take that over like a foregrip even then, really, if most of those only help with moving. Get
insane movement and sprintifire, yeah, for sure. That's a really good attachment. That should make your hipfire worse, if anything. For like realism's
you would think
sake,
that, right?
Anyway. But
that's what you would imagine.
Yeah.
You would think this
game was designed by IDEV though. So.
Yeah, you would think it'd have a lot more recoil because you're just essentially holding it out there.
So that is all very interesting. So the TLDR is, for your hipfire builds, you should be running the hipshot L20, the Cronin Groove Shot underbarrel, and then the no stock attachment if it has one. In addition, I did some very shoddy testing, and anything that says recoil control also helps with hipfire recoil control, including muzzles and shit. So if you get like a whatever barrel helps the most with recoil control and whatever muzzle helps the most with recoil control, I think, not Ace saying this, me saying this, helps with hipfire spread as well. Don't know if that's true, but I did some shoddy testing and that's what it seemed like. He didn't say anything about this in his video.
No, yeah, you should watch it because some of it just actually didn't even sound true. Yeah. Like the whole, like how the grips don't do anything while moving. It just seems actually like it. Actually, True Game Data and those websites don't have hipfire stats.
None of them do. No.
Yeah, they all just show recoil control. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Watch the video yourself, though. It'll be easier to understand if you just watch it and listen compared to me trying to explain it and you not having pictures.
If you trust XclusiveAce, and he's very trustworthy in general. I'm going to watch this video myself, but then yeah, again, hipshot L20 laser, Cronin Groove Shot vertical foregrip, and then no stock attachment if it has one. That's your hipfire. There you go.
Yeah, and then moving on here, we kind of hinted at this earlier. So this was yesterday. The World Series of Warzone was having I don't know if it was during the European or the NA qualifier. Regardless, they started playing the matches. They were having some issues. So they have been postponed. And they said, we are working on updates and will provide information to players shortly. So 3 games in a row, if I'm not mistaken. This was in custom lobbies, playing custom World Series of Warzone matches. The server crashed and just froze halfway through the match. But the time at which the server was freezing, shockingly enough, had to do directly with the AI in Strongholds. Who would have thought? Hey, who would have thought the AI in Strongholds causes massive performance issues to the game? That's wild. It's like whenever you're near a stronghold, you notice your frames go from 160 to 90, huh? Yeah, I wonder if the QA ever figured that one out. Hey, maybe it's the AI causing that. I don't know what's going on there. Fuck you if you work for Infinity Ward QA. So the second and third games both crashed immediately when the banner comes across the player's screen that says Strongholds now open. The server, like that, freezes.
Wow.
And so they ended up having to postpone because of this issue. So what are they going to do? Are they going to remove AI? No, of course not, probably. They're still in the game. So I'm very interested to see how this is going to play out, what they're going to do, if they can fix whatever issues there are that involve them still keeping the AI in there for some reason. It's just so fucking simple. There's never been something in Warzone that more players agree on than removing the AI from Al Mazrah.
Absolutely true.
A 0.1 KD player and a 10 KD player both have the same opinion. Get them the fuck out of the game.
Yeah.
If these super casual players understood that half the reason they're crashing, they're having stuttering, low frame rate is directly related to the AI, every single one of them would say, oh yeah, then just take them out of the game if they're causing that many issues. It's so fucking obvious. It's just, I can't believe we're still dealing with this shit, man.
It's hilarious that they're postponing this to fix a feature that no one wants. Like, actually, no.
And they're
World
still
Series of Warzone.
and they're still going to be in ranked.
And they're gonna like postpone their event to re-implement a feature no one fucking wants. It's hilarious. Yeah. You know what's funny too is like when the bomb drones were not working as intended, what did they do? They took them out of the game to fix them and then brought them back in a couple weeks. But with strongholds, they refuse to do that. They don't want players to get a taste of how delicious and succulent and juicy Al Mazrah gameplay without AI would be, because then if they fixed it and brought it back, there would be a fire. They would firebomb iDubbbz HQ. So instead of doing that, which they're willing to do for bomb drones, they're not willing to do it for strongholds. They just say, "Oh, we're just postponing the event until we can fix this." So that's fun.
Yeah, so
and
of course. Yeah, and like Jake is saying, it is unfortunate that Bobby Kotick, the CEO of Activision himself, wants the AI in so bad and doesn't care of all the issues it's causing. He doesn't care that the servers are crashing, that they're holding World Series of Warzone, $1.2 million tournament qualifiers, and the game's a disaster and has to be postponed. He doesn't care because he wants that all in. Just remember that he's the one making those decisions, you know? Yeah, because he wants those in because he wants to lose money and get a bunch of hate for the game not working. That's exactly what he wants. Yeah,
that's correct.
Don't blame the devs. Don't do that.
It's not the devs'
fuck
fault.
You.
Greedy exec's fault. Yeah. He wants to harm his portfolfolio and ruin his.
He wants
stock
to make
options.
less money. Yeah,
that's correct. Yeah, shout out to greedy execs.
Yeah,
fuck you.
Moving on. Tweet from Raven.
There's a lot of you.
They say World Series of Warzone has been temporarily removed from private matches. Boy, I wonder why they're fixing that issue, surely. Some of you got a glimpse of something we'll be ready to show off at a later date. Then they did the little side eyes with the little shh, I'm shooing you.
Yeah.
So FIFA Kill, Warzone Pro, tweeted out a picture and a little video yesterday. He was streaming in these custom lobbies. Something happened. His game probably crashed, I guess, because why wouldn't the game crash? And he had a pop-up on his screen that says, rejoin ongoing match. And it gave a timer. It was like, you have 6 minutes and 20 seconds. Would you like to rejoin this match? So that does confirm, and Raven confirmed in this tweet, at some point, we will finally be getting a reconnect feature in Warzone. Wow.
Holy shit.
And it has to be because this is the 2.0 version of the game. They're just making everything better.
Yeah. This is the wild first change that's a step in the right direction and also wasn't in Warzone 1 already.
Wow.
Actually. This is the first move in the right spot that's not just a regression to Warzone 1, which should have been in from day one. So yeah. With that said, though, should have been in Warzone 1 from, Season 2, max.
Other games have it. You should have had it a long time ago.
Absolutely, so, yeah. Games that are more than 10 years old.
And then, of course, because it's not in the game and it doesn't actually work, he hit the rejoin match button, and immediately his game crashes to desktop and gives him the scan and repair dev error. Yeah. It was funny. But so my question to you, do you think this will just be for ranked? Do you think this will be for all modes, DMZ, pubs, Ashika, multiplayer ranked? How do you think this will work? Because I'm guessing this is only for literally Warzone ranked and nothing else.
Well, I don't even know if you can say that, because this was in a World Series of Warzone custom match, right?
Yeah.
So it could be a feature that is only in for World Series of Warzone events. That's possible. However, I don't find
that likely, but
I don't find that likely either because Raven tweeted about it.
They don't care about the custom matches. They don't care about custom lobbies anyway, so they would never add in a feature just for custom lobbies because they don't care about
custom them. in terms of post qualifier sanctioned events.
They don't care about those either, though. Yeah.
Well, they do care about those
in the game,
but But yeah, you're right. Since Raven tweeted about it, I don't find that to be very likely. So here's the thing. If this was any other game, literally any other game, any other video game, I would say, oh, well, if they made the feature and everyone wants it, they would of course just add it to every type of Warzone: plunder, pubs, ranked, World Series of Warzone, lands, whatever, custom games. But because this is Call of Duty, I actually don't know. I think worst case scenario, this is ranked / World Series of Warzone exclusive. And best case scenario, it's every mode, I would say.
Yeah, because this
every
is...
mode. I think it's going to come to everything.
I would argue this is more important for DMZ even than Warzone pubs.
Oh, DMZ. I didn't think about that.
So that's more what I'm thinking is like, is this just for ranked or is it going to be for everything, which like includes DMZ? Because DMZ and ranked would be the first two that need this.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So does that mean it'll be in DMZ? No, probably not. Also, I guarantee this won't be in the Reloaded update. This is probably coming in like Season 4 or Season 8 Reloaded or something. So don't expect this next week at all. It won't be in by then.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they even said...
it would come to DMZ. That's a good question.
They even said we got a glimpse of something we'll be ready to show off at a later date. They would have said like coming soon. So it's probably Season 4 or later.
I think Season 4
it should come to DMZ,
earliest.
yeah. So hopefully it does.
It should come to DMZ. That would be cool. Yeah, I'm hopeful. If it comes to any mode, I think eventually it'll come. I think eventually, if we get a rejoin feature for anything, I think at some point it'll be for all the modes that it makes sense for, including DMZ. It's just a question of when that would be. Because it could be actually a year later, or Warzone 3 even. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
But either way, it's good. Finally. I'll take it. I will fucking take it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Moving on here, we have a little fun and exciting leak. So this guy, whose name is Hey I'm Alex, he tweets about a lot of leaks. We've covered them before. He said this 2 days ago. So we have Durant, talking about Kevin Durant, TimTheTatMan, NickMercs, and Nikto coming sometime in Season 3 Reloaded, Season 4, or Season 4 Reloaded. And I saw this and I was like, that sounds outrageous. Yesterday, Charlie Intel then tweeted, data miners have found references in the game code that suggest TimTheTatMan and NickMercs will become operators in Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2. Can you believe it? Can you believe they would add NickMercs operator when he hasn't played the game since Verdansk?
Yeah, I can.
I don't think this will come out. I feel like maybe this is something they were gonna do a long time ago. I just can't see this being the case. There's no way. Right?
Does TimTheTatMan still play Warzone 2?
I don't know if he is right now, but he still plays a lot of Warzone, yeah.
Okay.
I would say Warzone is still his primary game, whereas Nick's is obviously Apex.
Nick does not play.
I think Tim's been playing a lot of maybe Fortnite and other stuff lately, but he still plays Warzone all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, so this leak came from data mining, and I guess they saw the name NickMercs or some shit.
Yeah.
And they think he's an operator skin. There is a lot of discourse once again on the TL about this. The COD community is just so dramatic on Twitter, by the way. I'm learning that in the past month. Very dramatic group of people. But anyway, there's a lot of hubbub about this. Dante made a very controversial tweet, I guess, where he said adding TimTheTatMan and NickMercs is insane because there are people who actually main Warzone 2 who should be operator skins instead, even though they're not as popular or whatever. TimTheTatMan, fine. If you're going to make an operator skin... I think
that's cool, actually.
I think it's really cool. If you're going to make an operator skin for someone who publicly hates on your game and does not play it anymore, I mean, I think it's just funny and goofy, but there's also, again, this undercurrent, like Dante's tweet, of people who are mad that they're going to add NickMercs because they think some other streamer who actually plays Warzone still should get it instead. I think that's probably true.
Oh, of course it is, yeah.
But who cares? Like, why do you care? And also, if they aren't going to give it to NickMercs because he doesn't play enough COD, that doesn't mean they would just give it to someone else. It's not like there's a guaranteed 2 operator slots for them to fill, and NickMercs is taking the spot of someone more deserving. That's not how it works. If they didn't want NickMercs, they could just say, oh, we're only doing a TimTheTatMan skin. Or if they wanted someone else, they could just add
just seems
that
weird
person
only having
on
one
top
guy.
of NickMercs.
Yeah.
So, because it's not like Activision's losing money on this. So NickMercs isn't taking the spot of your favorite Warzone streamer who's more deserving. If they could make money on your favorite Warzone streamer who's more deserving, that skin would also be coming. The fact that it's not means Activision doesn't think they would make money on the skin, which is why they're not doing it. So the idea that adding a NickMercs operator skin is taking something away from some more deserving COD content creator is a misapprehension. That's where all the like vitriol on Twitter is right now, and it just actually, once again, I mean, not surprising, COD community full of fucking idiots, does not understand. It's just a faulty assumption. With that said, though, fucking hilarious to add a NickMercs operator skin. He'll come back to the game and play for a day with his operator skin, and then he'll be right back grinding for Apex Predator. Guaranteed.
Yeah, the thing is, like, so Fortnite does these. Fortnite has a good amount. They've probably, I don't know, at least 10,
like
I would
Ninja
imagine.
Skin and shit.
Yeah, Ninja, I believe, was the first one to get one. Yeah, back in 2020.
I think it's a cool, like, homage for sure.
It's a cool idea. The thing is, I can't think of any other big streamer besides Tim that I can actually see getting something like this. Because there, you know, other massive streamers out there, Dr. Disrespect, all he does is hate on the game and uninstall it every 3 days for dramatic effect. He's obviously not getting one. Nick doesn't play the game, and then it's like, I feel like there's a massive drop off. That was my next thought, was Swag, but even Swag has been so extremely critical lately, but I don't know. I mean, I guess Tim is as well.
Swag plays a ton, and he's also really big. I don't think he's as big as NickMercs, but he's pretty close.
Well, not even he's not even close. Swag only gets like a couple thousand viewers. I mean, Nick's bringing in like 30 still, probably.
Well, that's partially because Swag's on YouTube now, though. He was bringing in more on Twitch.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, so that's, I mean, Fortnite just has a lot of more popular, well-known streamers that they could do. I can't even really think of any for Warzone. So I think Tim would be a good one. It's cool if they do this going forward, though. But yeah, I was just kind of reading through. Yeah, people got pissed at Dante for this. They took it, like, people actually take it personal. Like, people are like, ain't no one buying a Santana skin. And he's like,
that's not what he said at all.
He's like, I know I don't deserve a skin. Like, what?
Yeah.
And then people are like, it's because their community would bring more to the table than yours. People get so defensive over their favorite streamer. It's such weird behavior, man. It's very fucking weird. Nick doesn't need you to defend him. He makes $3 million a year. He doesn't know who you are. He doesn't care. Mm-hmm. It's fucking, did I say $3 million a year? I meant $3 million a month, whatever I said.
I meant a day, but yeah.
He makes probably $3 million a day. Yeah, these replies are funny, man. But yeah, Nick getting a skin would be outrageous, of course.
It would be insane, but who cares? That's kind of my position.
Scump would be a really good one, actually.
Would be a good one.
Scump would be perfect. He was the face of competitive COD for years. He would be perfect. Yeah. But anyways, moving on. Last thing here. This is a tweet from some guy named Foxeye. Don't know who he is. He tweets out a chart from, I don't know if this is from Solinome or what. Is that what that is? I feel like that's some sort of org, probably.
It repulses me, is what it is. I don't know.
It's pretty disgusting. Yeah. Anyways, he says, in April, Warzone recorded its worst viewership month on Twitch ever. And he says, can the game be saved? So, April of 2023, this last month, the Twitch viewership on Warzone was an average of 27,200. Compare that to exactly 2 years ago, April of 21. The average that month was 140,000.
Wow.
So yeah, and you can look at this chart here. You can see just a sharp drop off. Once Caldera hit, then we got a little bit of boom with Warzone 1, and then right back down. You know, some of this also is a lot of streamers have moved to YouTube. People like Tim. people like Dr. Disrespect. Those were big streamers that were back on Twitch a while ago that would bring in a shit ton of viewers.
But Doc, if he was on Twitch, wouldn't be streaming COD anyway.
He still streams it all the time, even though he uninstalls it every few days. He streams it. Yeah, he streams it weekly.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't
he
realize
still does
that.
a lot.
Okay.
He just complains about it nonstop. And like I'm saying, like unironically, he uninstalls it during a session, and then the next stream he plays it again. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, and then, you know, like you said, people like Swag also on YouTube. Also with Kick now, I'm sure that's taking some of the viewers, not a ton, not bringing in a lot. But yeah, there we go. So the lowest Warzone average Twitch viewership of all time last month. Wow.
Yeah.
Dead shit game, huh?
Dead shit game for sure. What I wonder if he was comparing the Warzone 1 to the Warzone 2 directory on Twitch.
Are they different?
I think
Isn't it just
different.
Call of Duty Warzone?
Maybe they're not different.
Pretty sure
on
you're
Twitch,
thinking of
actually.
multiplayer.
No, well, I don't know if they're different on Twitch.
No,
Actually.
yeah,
That's
it's
a good
just Call of
question.
Duty Warzone.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, it's an easy comparison then. Okay. Huh. Yeah. Yeah. Not that surprising. Like you said, there are other factors at play here. Kick, a bunch of people leaving Twitch, but a lot of the people who left Twitch that were streaming Warzone in April of 21, like NickMercs, even if they were still on Twitch, they're not streaming Warzone anymore. Kaylee Renee is another one I can think of. She's not like that big or anything, just another name. But there are probably like a bunch of people, Kaylee sized, who used to stream Warzone who just don't anymore, you know? So yeah, there are some other factors that account for some of this, and it not being COVID, obviously, but this is still indicative of something, of a diseased game, frankly. Yeah. So with that said,
somehow their numbers are still high though.
With that said, the Season 3 Reloaded patch notes look, well, we haven't gotten patch notes, but the blog post looks, I don't know, fine, I guess. We're getting some pistols. That actually, the Season 3 Reloaded blog post doesn't matter at all, really. The only thing that's like interesting there is that we're getting gulag fucking extraction tokens in pubs. So like, it's almost nothing as far as I'm concerned. Absolutely nothing for Ashika Island, by the way. Did you notice that?
Well, I mean, yeah, this is like really nothing. Yeah. Hopefully when we get the patch notes next week, we'll be surprised.
I don't think we're getting anything for Ashika. Anything big. I think they would have said so
what are you
in the blog
expecting?
post.
I mean, yeah, I'm not
expecting anything.
Big. I'm just expecting
I'm just saying, I don't know, like more balloons or something.
Yeah, that's the other stuff they didn't even mention in this blog post too. Like Jake said, portable buys and stuff will be in this update.
Yeah,
with all
true.
that they were talking about
Ashika
the start
too.
of Season 3.
Yeah.
So no, I don't think they were actually.
But
Wasn't that just for mods actually?
Is it?
I'm pretty sure it was.
That would be a disaster.
I mean, you don't need portable buys on Ashika.
Fucking Ashika than I do
you
on
want
Moz.
more plates on Ashika too, so.
Yeah, so I could buy them.
Okay.
Anyway. But the point is, the big thing that's coming with Season 3 Reloaded is, of course, Ranked. That's going to be the big exciting thing as far as I'm concerned, and as far as the vast majority of Warzone players are concerned. Now, let me remind you once again, it will be unplayably buggy and bad, server side and client side, for the first probably week. After that, I'm very curious to see how Ranked plays. And also, don't forget, there are one-shot snipers in the game now. So if you've taken a pretty long hiatus from Warzone and you plan on coming back for Ranked, it's going to look a lot different than you remember. Because there are going to be one-shot snipers now, and even if you don't use them, a lot of people do on Moz. Even if you think they're not good or worth using, a lot of other people are going to be using them. So maybe that's a good thing for you, maybe it's not, but it does affect pretty dramatically how games play. And this is all going to be on top of the Ranked restrictions and the Ranked incentive structure based on the SR. Luckily, doesn't look very campy, which is good. That's going to be the real test on whether or not Warzone viewership and interest and player counts has a big resurgence or not, is going to be on how well this Ranked mode is ultimately implemented. And also, I would say to Activision, if they would listen, which they of course wouldn't, don't fucking release it super buggy, because then people are going to try it and not come back in a week once you fixed all the bugs. Just wait longer and release it in a decent enough, a playable state, so that people can judge Ranked Warzone on the merits of the restrictions and the rule set and the incentive structure for the SR rating, rather than writing it off before they can even get into that, because they crash and the server lags for 2 seconds in a hiccup, etc. But they won't listen to that. So hopefully we don't just hemorrhage players for the first week and no one bothers to try it again once they fixed all the bugs that they shouldn't have even bothered releasing ranked with in the first place.
Well, they're just going to say it's a beta, smile. It's going to be full of bugs, smile.
That's their little loophole, which actually isn't going to work.
Video game dev is hard.
Yeah, but
XD
overall, I'm
feelings.
excited. I'm fairly optimistic that a week after launch, it'll be fun. I'm very curious to try it. Hopefully I have people that'll play with me, though. It's going to be fucking Jake, Bandit, and Cope, or Lag, or some shit. Farming rating.
One of those people will be playing, maybe.
And then I'm going to be benched in my own Discord.
You're gonna be, yeah. I was saying that. I was saying that a while back. I was like, I'm gonna have to make a hidden channel from you so you can't play ranked with us. Yeah. I'm not gonna play it. I'm gonna continue playing Ashika because it's fun. Yeah.
Ashika isn't
fun.
Yeah. So anyway, so you're less optimistic than me then.
Oh, I almost don't care about ranked anymore because I'm having so much fun on Ashika as of now. But I'm gonna play it. Obviously, hopefully it'll surprise me. If the game gets more fun, then sure, I'd love to play ranked. But if Moz is as fun as it now, me having a rank next to my name, I don't care anymore. It's not going to make me play it whatsoever.
I hear you.
Me being miserable just to get a silver next to my name, I don't care,
Yeah. So, anyway. All right, boys and girls, hope you enjoyed. We will be back on Saturday for a Warzone round or triangle or interview
or nothing,
table.
Yeah. We'll be something.
We're going to be talking more about Warzone ranked. And it's going to be a very broad category. I don't know what exactly we're going to hone in on. I'm going to think about that a little more. Maybe we'll get a couple more details. I highly doubt that, but
I don't think so.
We might, for example, talk about strategy. We might brainstorm perks and shit. We might, talk about what the rule set needs to look like, if there needs to be changes. It's going to be very broad. But it's going to be interesting, and if you're a Warzone ranked connoisseur or hopeful, then come back Saturday. So we'll see you then. Stay humble. Love you.
Stay super humble, man. Stay humble.